Tonight, we've had the pleasure of seeing performances of this year's best original songs. Once again, here are the nominees. RRR!
Film.
The Oscars, officially known as the Academy Awards, have long been the pinnacle of recognition in the film industry. Awarded by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, AMPAS, these awards celebrate artistic and technical excellence in cinema. However, over the years, the influence of money has significantly altered the landscape of these prestigious awards. This script delves into how financial power has reshaped the Oscars, from the early days to the present, and explores the implications and future of these changes. The early days, the inception. The Oscars were first held in 1929 at a private dinner hosted by the Academy. The awards were created to honor outstanding achievements in various aspects of filmmaking, from acting to technical skills. In the early days, the event was a relatively modest affair, with winners known in advance and the ceremony lasting just 15 minutes. Modest campaigns. Initially, studios campaigned for their films, but the scale was modest compared to today's standards. There were no extravagant gifts or lavish parties. Studios relied on word of mouth and the intrinsic quality of their films to garner attention. The rise of campaigning. The shift begins. The 1970s and 1980s marked a turning point in how studios approached the Oscars. The realization dawned that winning an Oscar could translate into higher box office returns and increased prestige. This understanding led to more aggressive and sophisticated campaigning. The modern campaign today. Oscar campaigns are multi-million-dollar enterprises. Studios hire specialized PR firms to lobby Academy members. These campaigns include screenings and Q&A sessions. Studios host exclusive events for Academy members to showcase their films. These events often feature Q&A sessions with the cast and crew to create a personal connection with voters. Advertising, full-page ads in industry publications, online campaigns, and even TV commercials are used to keep films in the public eye. These ads often highlight critical acclaim and previous awards to build momentum. Gifts and swag. Studios send out lavish gift baskets to voters.
So the Oscars gift bags this year,
including everything from luxury items to personalized memorabilia. While the Academy has rules to prevent excessive gifting, studios often find creative ways to skirt these limitations. The impact of money influence on nominations money can heavily influence which films get nominated. Studios with deeper pockets can afford more extensive campaigns, increasing the visibility of their films. Independent films with smaller budgets often struggle to compete, despite potentially having equal or superior artistic merit. Voting patterns. There are accusations that voters can be swayed by lavish campaigns. While the Academy has rules to prevent excessive lobbying, the lines can be blurred. Voters, consciously or unconsciously, may favor films that have been more aggressively marketed to them. Diversity issues. The focus on commercial success and big-budget films has often sidelined more diverse and independent voices. Recent years have seen some progress, with movements like #OscarsSoWhite highlighting the need for greater diversity in nominations and wins. However, money still plays a significant role in determining which films get the spotlight. The role of major studios versus independents. Major studios like Disney, Warner Bros. And Universal have vast resources to pour into Oscar campaigns. They can afford to run extensive marketing campaigns, host elaborate events, and hire top-tier PR firms. In contrast, independent films and smaller studios often lack the financial muscle to compete on the same level. Case studies. Harvey Weinstein. One of the most notable figures in Oscar campaigning was Harvey Weinstein. His aggressive and often controversial tactics for films like Shakespeare in Love and The Artist changed the game. Weinstein's campaigns were known for their relentless pursuit of votes, often bending, if not breaking, the rules. La La Land versus Moonlight. The 2017 Best Picture mix-up between La La Land and Moonlight highlighted the power dynamics in play. La La Land had a massive campaign behind it, while Moonlight was a smaller, independent film. Despite the mix-up, Moonlight's win was seen as a victory for diversity and independent cinema. The future of the Oscars calls for reform. There are growing calls for the Academy to reform its voting and campaigning processes to ensure a fairer playing field. Some suggested reforms include spending caps, limiting the amount studios can spend on campaigns. This would help level the playing field between major studios and independent films. Transparency, making the voting process more transparent to reduce the influence of money. This could involve publicly disclosing how votes are cast and counted. Embracing diversity. There is also a push for the Academy to embrace more diverse voices and stories, ensuring that the Oscars reflect the full spectrum of the film industry. This includes not only racial and gender diversity, but also recognizing films from different genres and countries. The role of streaming services. In recent years, streaming services like Netflix and Amazon have become major players in the Oscars. These companies have deep pockets and are willing to spend big on Oscar campaigns. Their involvement has both positive and negative implications. On one hand, they provide a platform for diverse and independent voices. On the other hand, their financial power can overshadow smaller competitors. The Oscars remain a symbol of excellence in the film industry, but the influence of money has undeniably changed the game. From modest beginnings, the awards have evolved into a high-stakes competition where financial power can significantly sway the outcomes. As the Academy grapples with these challenges, the hope is that future reforms will help restore the balance between artistic merit and commercial interests. By embracing diversity and ensuring a fairer playing field, the Oscars can continue to celebrate the best in cinema while staying true to their original mission: